This week, Airbnb will no longer promote attractions that hurt animals. IKEA launches a vegan cheeseburger. And Jon Stewart joins a plant-based campaign to end breast cancer. All this and more on LIVEKINDLY's weekly vegan news. If you're new to our channel, you can subscribe by hitting the leaf icon in the bottom right corner of the video. Click the bell icon to turn on notifications. And please be sure to like and comment below. A new study that made headlines suggested that eating red and processed meat may be healthier than we think. But, according to the New York Times, the study's lead author has ties with the meat industry. The study was published in the Annals of Internal Medicine earlier this month. It advised people to continue their current consumption habits of red and processed meat, even despite warnings from the World Health Organization that these foods are carcinogenic, particularly processed meats. The findings had doctors and pundits encouraging consumers to go eat a steak. The study's lead author, Bradley C. Johnson, an epidemiologist at Dalhousie University in Canada, failed to disclose conflicts. The Times reports that as recently as December 2016, he was the senior author on a similar study that tried to discredit international health guidelines, advising people to eat less sugar. That sugar study, which also appeared in the Annals of Internal Medicine, was paid for by the International Life Sciences Institute, or ILSI, an industry trade group largely supported by agribusiness, food and pharmaceutical companies, and whose members have included McDonald's, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Cargill, one of the largest beef processors in North America. Dr. Johnson said he did not have to disclose those ties. That money was from 2015, so it was outside of the 3-year period for disclosing competing interests, said Dr. Johnson. I have no relationship with them whatsoever. The Times reports that Dr. Frank Hu, the chair of the nutrition department at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, was stunned to discover Dr. Johnson's connection to both papers. He said that the tool Dr. Johnson used, called GRADE, is predominantly relied on for rating clinical drug trials, not the impacts of diet. He says it allowed Dr. Johnson's team to undercut the recommendations for limiting meat and sugar consumption. The study has seen a slew of criticism. While it may have temporarily sidestepped the health risks, experts are quick to point out it doesn't give a pass for its impact on the planet, and what's bad for the planet is inherently risky for human health too. Studies show that climate change will lead to food shortages and increase deadly environmental disasters like floods, fires, and heat waves. A new Australian law recognizes animals as sentient beings. The Australian Capital Territory is the first jurisdiction in the nation to recognize animals as more than just property. Last month, the region passed animal welfare legislation to protect not only cats, dogs, and other pets, but also farm animals. The new laws, which will come into effect in 6 months, criminalize serious neglect and abuse of pets. It recognizes their right to food, water, shelter, clean living, and health care. For example, dogs cannot be tied up for more than 24 hours without exercise, and farm animals cannot be kept in any form of confinement that restricts their ability to move. City Services Minister Chris Steele said, "What we've done today in recognizing sentience is simply recognizing what we already know about animals. The science tells us that animals feel and perceive things, and we're simply seeking to recognize that under law. But there are some pitfalls. Chicken coops are still allowed, as are bird cages and cat containment areas. Consequences vary by animal." A spokesperson for Steele told ABC, "Neglect of a cat or dog would likely be considered and treated more seriously than not keeping a fish tank clean." Coming up, doctors petition the FDA to put warning labels on cheese. Coming soon, apparel by LIVEKINDLY. Sign up using the link in the description to get 10% off your first order. Airbnb will no longer promote tourism that harms animals. The home-sharing platform introduced Airbnb Animal Experiences, a new standalone category that offers more than 1,000 animal experiences in 58 countries. We realized people want to reconnect with animals. We wanted to fulfill that urge in a responsible way. Michael Freeman, the head of animals at Airbnb Experiences, told the New York Times.
To spot the foxes, we have to be smarter than them.
Airbnb worked with World Animal Protection, a global animal welfare nonprofit organization, to develop a set of guidelines. Hosts offering animal experiences must comply to the rules before they can be included on the platform. The new guidelines ban elephant and big cat interactions, marine mammal captivity, wild animals in entertainment venues, and animal souvenirs. Sporting events including trophy hunting, bullfighting, rodeos, greyhound racing, horse racing, and horse polo are banned. Instead of swimming with dolphins in captivity, you can go with a researcher and study wild dolphins. The policies mandate that animals receive the bare necessities: food, water, shelter, as well as access to veterinary care and freedom from distressing experiences. Animals must also be given the freedom to express natural behaviors and the freedom to disengage from human contact. Rescues and sanctuaries that use wild animals for direct interactions or shows that buy, sell, or breed animals are banned. But rescues that responsibly breed or rehabilitate animals to be released into the wild are allowed. Airbnb prohibits any venue that uses animals as photo props, keeping a respectful distance from animals, and cleaning up after oneself. It also advises not taking selfies with animals. Pret A Manger is launching vegan versions of its most popular sandwiches in the UK. 4 new sandwiches will be available under a new range called the Vegan Classics, although exactly which sandwiches will be released is still under wraps. The plant-based line will be available from the company's 4 veggie Pret shops, Pret locations that sell only vegan and vegetarian food. Pret's global head of food innovation, Hannah Dolan, said, "Veggie Pret is a space where we've had a great opportunity to experiment with vegan and veggie food. It's our mission to make it easier for customers to eat less meat, so we challenged ourselves to recreate the delicious flavors and textures of our meaty bestsellers, using only vegan ingredients." 12,000 medical professionals are urging the FDA to place breast cancer warnings on cheese. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine wants cheese products to have warning labels similar to those on cigarette packets. Dairy contains estrogen from cows. When milk is converted to cheese, the estrogens become more concentrated.
And a cow's pregnancy is about 9 months. And so 9 months out of every 12, a cow is pregnant. A pregnant cow makes estrogen. The estrogen gets into the blood, it goes into the milk. When milk is turned into cheese, the hormones are concentrated.
While they are only traces, they appear to be biologically active in humans, increasing breast cancer mortality.
There was a study in California looking at women who had had breast cancer in the past. And everybody knows you don't give them hormones. You're not going to give them postmenopausal hormone therapy because you know that that's like fertilizer on a weed. It's going to make the cancer grow. But they found that the women eating cheese, if you ate more than one or more servings a day of cheese, your risk of dying of your cancer was 49% higher compared to women consuming less than a half serving a day.
Breast cancer is among the most common causes of death in women, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. PCRM submitted its petition on October 3rd, at the beginning of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Instead of cheese manufacturers like Kraft slapping a pink ribbon on products like Philadelphia cream cheese and macaroni and cheese, as they have done during previous breast cancer awareness months, they should be adding warning labels, said PCRM President Dr. Neil Barnard. World-renowned breast surgeon Dr. Christy Funk has spoken out about the link between breast cancer and animal products. She told Live Kindly last year, "The body's cellular response to consuming animal protein and animal fat is everything that feeds and fuels illness, while choking health to death." She added, "Estrogen levels rise, growth hormones skyrocket, inflammation abounds, free radicals run around damaging cells and mutating DNA." Coming up, actor Joaquin Phoenix wore a vegan sweatshirt to the Joker premiere. IKEA is making vegan food to convert carnivores. The Swedish furniture giant is developing a vegan meatball that tastes like traditional meat as part of its ongoing efforts to become more sustainable. Speaking at the World Food Summit last month, IKEA Food Managing Director Michael Lacour described IKEA's meatballs as the company's icon product. Our ambition is to make healthier and more sustainable eating easy, desirable, and affordable, without compromising on taste and texture, LaCour said. The new vegan meatball will be made from apple, potato, oats, and pea protein. IKEA already offers a vegetable-based vegan meatball that contains chickpeas, green peas, and carrots. However, the new plant-based meatballs will be more like their meat-based counterparts, to encourage meat eaters to try them out. The company's other vegan versions include a vegan hot dog, which launched globally in 2018, after earning a 95% customer approval rating in trials. According to the company, it sold 1 million dogs in the 2 months following the launch. Some cafe locations even offer it at a lower price than traditional hot dogs. IKEA also recently launched a vegan cheeseburger, exclusive to its Coquitlam store in Vancouver, which it sells out of a food truck. Jon Stewart is backing a vegan campaign to fight breast cancer. Together with wife Tracy, the comedian has joined the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine's campaign, Let's Beat Breast Cancer. Academy Award-winning director James Cameron has also joined the campaign, along with his wife, author, environmentalist, and co-founder of the Vegan Muse School, Suzy Amis Cameron. Hilaria and Alec Baldwin are also in support. Let's Beat Breast Cancer champions a simple approach to preventing the disease. It encourages people to pledge to take 4 actions: eat plant-based food, exercise regularly, limit alcohol, and maintain a healthy weight. Actor Joaquin Phoenix wore a vegan sweatshirt to the premiere of the new DC Universe film, Joker. The longtime vegan wore an Animal Liberation Front sweatshirt to various LA cineplexes on the opening weekend of Joker, according to a fan Facebook post. The film, released October 4th in the US, is an origin story for the fan-favorite DC Comics Batman villain. The film premiered at the 76th Venice International Film Festival last month and won the Golden Lion, the festival's highest prize. Animal Liberation Front is a faceless international direct action group funded through donations and the sale of merchandise, like Phoenix's sweatshirt. Any vegans who carry out liberation actions are considered members by default. All individuals must adhere to organizational guidelines, in particular avoiding harm to any human or non-human animals at all times. ALF activists act out of the belief that animals are not property and oppose all animal use by humans as speciesist, much like Phoenix himself. The actor recently said in a video that eating animals is absurd and barbaric.
I've been vegan since I was 3 years old, and at that age, me and my siblings witnessed fish being killed in a really violent and aggressive way, and it was just absolutely obvious that that was something that we didn't want to participate in and we didn't want to support. To me, it just seems obvious. I don't want to cause pain to another living, empathetic creature. I don't understand how you could witness that and not be affected by it. But certainly it's also, the effect that it has on our environment is devastating. So for me, it's just, it's my life, and it has always been my life, and it's really one of the most important things to me.
The actor frequently works with animal rights organizations. He recently led a public protest against animal cruelty in Toronto, just hours before receiving the first Tribute Actor Award at the Toronto Film Festival. And he's currently on display on a Times Square billboard campaign for PETA, encouraging New Yorkers to end speciesism. That's it for today. What do you think of Phoenix's activism? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll see you again next week for Live Kindly's weekly vegan news.